In this video, we're going to talk about dividing decimals by decimals. I've listed out the steps over here, and we'll go through them one at a time as we do our example problems. Our first example is 1 and 71/100ths divided by 0 and 9/10ths. Our steps say that the first thing to do is to set up the problem. So I'll use the long division sign. 1 and 71/100ths is our dividend that goes inside the symbol. And 0 and 9/10ths is our divisor that goes outside the symbol. Step 2 says to turn the divisor into a whole number. I see that I have just one decimal place, so I'm going to move this one time to the right to turn this into a whole number 9. Step 3 says to move the dividend's decimal the same amount. So if I moved one space here, I'm also going to move one space here. We've multiplied both of these numbers by 10. The new problem is 17.1 divided by 9. If I take out all my movement and everything here, this is 17.1 divided by 9. Step 4 says to place the decimal. Where it is now, you shoot it directly above and place it in the answer. We're not going to do any more shifting. Then we're going to divide and annex zeros as needed. Sometimes you have to add zeros, sometimes you don't. So let's do it. 1 divided by 9, I can't. 17 divided by 9, I'll get 1. 1 times 9, I have 8 left over. I'll bring down the 1. Ignore this decimal, we're completely done with that for now. 81 divided by 9 is 9. Multiply, subtract, and we're good. So the original problem's answer is 1 and 9/10ths. Let's do a second example, and I'll have to shift back and forth between our steps. Our second example is 2 and 64/100ths divided by 0 and 6/10ths. So let's see. Step 1 is to set up the problem. We'll use our long division sign. 2 and 64/100ths is the dividend. 0 and 6/10ths is our divisor. Step 2, turn the divisor into a whole number. We want to get rid of the decimal from this outside number. So I'll move it once. That'll make it into a whole number of 6. Our next step is to move the dividend's decimal the same amount. So if I moved it 1 here, I need to move it 1 here. If you'd like to rewrite it, certainly that would be a time to do this. I usually keep it as it is. Our next step is to place the decimal. So if it's right here, it's going to shoot directly above it, and it would be between the 6 and the 4. And then our last step is to divide. So 2 divided by 6, I can't do it. 26 divided by 6 would be 4, the 4 going right on top of the 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Let's subtract, bring down. 24 divided by 6, again, is 4. Multiply, subtract, and we're done. So our answer here is 4 and 4/10ths. All right, let's go on to something where you're going to have to add some zeros. So we'll do example 3. 52 divided by 0 and 4/10ths. Step 1, set up the problem. 52 goes inside, 0 and 4/10ths goes outside. Where is the decimal in 52? It has a decimal, it's just hiding, it's not visible. It would go right here at the end. All right, our next step, move the decimal of the divisor so that we get a whole number. We've moved it once. Our next step, move the decimal in the dividend. I'm out of numbers here. This is where you can annex zeros. Now I've got a number, and I can move it once. Our next step is to shoot that decimal right on top. So if I've moved it from here to the other side of the 0, it's going to jump right up top. And then I can divide like normal. 5 divided by 4, multiply, subtract, bring down. We'll divide and get 3. 3 times 4 is 12, subtract. The problem with this is I can't stop. because I still have a place between my 3 and the decimal point. So I'm going to bring down the 0. I know that if I have nothing and I divide by 4, I'm still going to get nothing. And then this is where I can stop because I have something in every place up to my decimal point. So my answer for this would be 130. Now think about that. If you had $52 and you were splitting all those coins into piles of 40 cents, you're going to have a lot of piles, right? Each dollar has like 2 piles and a little bit more. So it makes sense that our answer is bigger than what we started with. All right, one last example. We're going to do 0.009, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 9 thousandths, a very small number, divided by 0.18, tenths, hundredths, 18 hundredths. Step 1, set it up. The first number always goes underneath as our dividend. And the second number always goes outside as our divisor. Step 2, make the outside divisor a whole number. Now this is the first time we've had 2. So I'm going to move it 1, 2. 18 is the whole number. Next step, make the inside number the same number of moves. And then take that decimal right up to the top. So if I was going to rewrite this, I'll do it down here, it would end up being 0.00, no, try that again, 0.9, right? Because we've moved the decimal right in front of it. And then outside would be 18. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to rewrite it and clean up all those notes that you've made to yourself. And now I'm going to divide. Well, if I have nothing divided by 18, I can't do it. If I have 9 divided by 18, I can't do that either. So I'll annex a 0, and now I have 90 divided by 18. I think I'm going to go for 4. So 4 times 8 is 32. 4 and 7, subtract. Uh-oh. Got to try that one again. It's 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. So the original problem, 9 thousandths divided by 18 hundredths, is 0.05 or 5 hundredths. I will put up a graphic of our steps, but if you want to pause the video right here so that the steps are in front of you while you're doing your work, that would be a really smart move.